I was building things up. I had gotten a great opportunity at KBC, and then I decided to see if I can give back to the community what I already had. So because I already had a program, I had a program on KBC called Able Differently, which is Abled Differently.
Okay.
Yeah, which is the only program in Central and East Africa that talks about and is for people with disabilities. So yeah, I decided to come back and give to the society in my own special way. And that's where I actually met Ellah. So Ellah was just about to, was it in, yeah, I think it was in 20. She was just finishing during that time. She had done her fourth form and she was building up into things, and she came in, told me she was interested in acting, and took her under my wing. And yes, so what J.RODRIGUEZ Entertainment is, we are a performing arts collective, but we focus on three major areas. We work on acting, fashion, and singing. So it's basically acting, modeling, and singing. And in acting, what we do is we mentor people who are interested in being able to learn how to act. So we offer classes every once in a while. We offer opportunities as well. One of the things that I like to brag about from JR Entertainment is hakuna mtu anakujanga JR anatoka vile alikuwa. So what we do is, ukikuja JR Entertainment, after learning from the classes, we make sure we connect you with the right kind of network, not just any network. We connect you with the right kind of network, which is why having a merger or a partnership with guys like you helps make things better. Because this industry has a lot of unscrupulous individuals. So having people we can trust to sort of bring to the next level, is what we are aiming for. But yes, so apart from acting, we do a lot of singing as well. And in singing, and then we do a lot of modeling as well. So with singing, I've been a performer for almost more than 15 years, having performed and sang for President Kibaki, President Moi at some point, and other dignitaries during the Mashujaa Day, Kenyatta Day celebrations, all those other things, having met and performed with, what are they called? Grammy nominees, Ladysmith Black Mambazo from South Africa, Sauti Sol from here, Helen Mtawali, of course. Who else am I forgetting? Duncan Wambogo, he's a professor of music in Kenyatta University. And of course, Donald Ojil, who's the current director of the Permanent Presidential Music Commission, Awasewote. So that's where my history of singing comes from, having been in Kenyatta University Students Choir as well. And then now with modeling, I started.
What did you study? What did you study at KU? Performing arts? Because I know they have a robust school for performing arts.
I studied film and I studied film and theater arts actually.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I studied film. That's where now my history of acting comes in. So if you realize all these three departments, I'm getting them from a root of somewhere. So with with acting, it's the degree that I did, 2 of them. With my singing, it's my experience with performing arts and being on stage with other musicians. With modeling, I learned how to teach people how to model by watching a friend of mine, and she started teaching me how to train models. So whenever she wasn't around in KU, I used to be the guy standing in for her. So from the year 2012 all the way to 2016, all the Miss KUs and Mr. KUs have been trained by myself.
Awesome.
Yeah, and right now I think Miss Universities Africa is a student of mine. Miss Universities Kenya is also a student of mine. Miss Universities Africa is called Goretti Mirera. So yeah, all those other things. So that's where the 3 branches of JR Entertainment comes in. Yeah, and currently, apart from just having Zoom Room with Ellah as part of the show, we have, so that's what happens. Then we've grown Pole Pole from just teaching now to having our own shows during the COVID period. So we're having Zoom Room with Ellah, of course, which is the one you're coming in. We have Youthful Expressions. that's more anchored to the youth, na zile challenges wanapitia as the youth. Zoom Room with Ellah is like the 9 p.m. news premiere, you know, ile serious things. Yeah.
You're giving young people an alternative platform because they ideally don't have time for news.
Wasikuja
Get the drift.
wasema wamejazwa na Patrick na hakuelewa. So if you just want to, you know, be in a platform where you can engage and not have to be, you know, hizo mavitu serious.
And as a matter of fact, young people are also very disillusioned by our local politics. When you start speaking BBI, they switch off.
Very good.
Yeah.
Alafu unaona. So having a different, giving them a platform for different conversations kind of starts off the, you know, the conversations to go on and the right conversations to go on.
Right.
Yeah, so we've grown from Zoom Room to Youthful Expressions, and we're currently working with Africa Online Vocalists, which is basically, for lack of a better phrase, an online version of Tasker Project Fame.
Say that again. Africa Online?
Africa Online Vocalists.
Okay.
In short,
what does that do?
We call it AOV.
What does that do?
Africa Online Vocalists is basically the online version of TPF, Tasker Project Fame. But now what we do is we majorly focus on African music, African culture, everything 100% African. And the principle of AOV, of course, is Helen.
This is a talent search as well. But do you work with established musicians or new and raw talent?
We work with both, actually, because new and raw talent is what we're looking for. We're looking to mentor them and get them better. And then we have judges like Judge Ian coming in to you know, as one of the judges. We have Tabitha Ogango from Gifted Hands. We have Evelyn Amos from, you know, she's an international renowned worship leader. We have myself from J.R. Entertainment as judges. So yeah, we're taking, and the good thing about Africa Online Vocalists is that we have singers and performers from all over Africa. So we have one from Burundi, we have one from South Sudan, we have one from Sierra Leone. Yeah, we have another from Nigeria as well. And this is season 3 actually. So we are in AOV season 3. We're about to come to an end. Karibu inaisha.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are the projects that J.R. Entertainment is currently involved in.
And this AOV, you normally stream it on your YouTube platform, eh?
Yes. If you go to our page on YouTube, you'll see there's a whole cluster just for AOV, and you'll be able to see.
Is it as competitive as TPF? There are prizes that are won. Do you have corporate support?
Yes, we have individuals who come to support. We have Regina Ray. I'm sure you remember Regina Ray.
I know Regina Ray, yeah.
Who's smarter now in KT.
Corporate support in terms of sponsorship, big brands.
So what we are trying to do, initially the season 1 was Facebook Online Vocalists. So we had to kind of distance ourselves from that because we knew eventually to grow, Facebook would want a piece of the cake. So we rebranded to Africa Online Vocalists. And so now brands are starting to come up. Ndio tunataka sasa to settle na wao. We have discussions with Safaricom, although they are not yet settled. We have discussions with MPAS. I know you know MPAS. Nairobi Performing Arts Studio. Yeah, we have with them as well. Yeah. So we have discussions with Safaricom coming up. We're just trying to settle a few things here and there. We have discussions with MPAS. MPAS, they're trying to be our big brother and kind of support. And who knows? Tunaweza hata ADMI tunaweza fikia.
Yeah, the world is about, right now I believe in something called collaboration.
Nice.
I guess what is important is we identify each other's areas of strength.
Right.
And we share insights, we share perspectives, we share ideas. We collaborate, we build each other. Right. That's the attitude for the 21st century and beyond. Yeah.
Right.
I'm just curious to also understand, when you're saying you guys have, you offer acting classes, do you have professional expertise that take potential thespians through, the proper training for a potential actor or actress? I mean, how do you guys do it? Do you guys have like a physical school, like post-COVID, you guys have a school where all these things are done? You have professional teachers, tutors. that do, teach acting, fashion, and even when you talk about singing, is it professional, like a professional music school, like it happens in the developed world? Or at what stage are you guys in when you're doing all these things?
So basically, because of COVID, we've not been able to have a physical school just yet. And even as
pre-COVID,
yes,
how did the situation look like?
pre-COVID, what used to happen is we don't have physical classes necessarily, but what we do is we mostly offer online or one-on-ones, because we realized whenever you go to parents and you tell them that this is what we are offering, they assume there's big money and they have to contribute a lot of those things. So what we've done as J.R. Entertainment is we've tried to go to the local level and offer services that are professional. Professional how? The guy who's running J.R. Entertainment is certified, which is me. I'm a certified filmmaker. I'm a certified TV director. I'm a certified TV producer with experience from KBC, BBC, CBSC from New York. What else? Who else? Yeah, and I think I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, I even worked at some point for PPMC. So with all those certifications, like I've told you, all of the three factors.
Which was the body from New York?
Yeah.
Which you mentioned?
CBSC, CBSC.
Okay, CBSC. Okay.
Yeah, CBSC New York. Yeah.
And you worked with BBC as well, eh?
Yeah.
You worked with BBC as well.
No, not worked at BBC. I worked with, not for them. There was a project we were doing. They wanted to start a program for people with disabilities, which is something that is not yet launched. So we're still waiting on that, but it's in the process as well.
Okay, so you said you're a certified filmmaker, TV producer. What else?
Film director.
Okay.
Singer, songwriter. Basically.
You have an album?
No, but I perform a lot. I love a lot of operatic and classical music, so that's probably mostly where you'll find me. Operatic music, classical music, jazz music, anything that has to do with the things that the youth of today are not doing.
Interesting. I like what you're doing, because right. I've been part of a lot of conversations where there's been concern that as much as we have a lot of raw talent in Kenya, apparently there's a gap when it comes to training for actors and actresses. You can already see the caliber of people we see on our local soaps. Most of those guys, I doubt whether they've been trained. Right. I think it's just a lot of raw talent and people who are passionate about what they do. And so that's what they bring to the screens, and then somehow we get entertained. But then again, if you go beyond what we know in Kenya and interact with people from South Africa, for example, before I go very far, before I go beyond the continent, just down in South Africa here, look at the quality of talent that you see on the screens. I've hosted a couple of them, like two big actors. Sometime last year, they were here doing a shoot for Mnet. And we had a very long conversation and alluded to the fact that it's very hard to be cast on a local soapy or any film in South Africa if you know to be trained. We actually have proper film training school, where actors are trained.
Right.
Become like a professional actor. They go through training. I don't know whether that is what was happening at KU, because you're saying there's a film and theater school in KU.
Yes,
because normally the problem with our degree programs in Kenya is that it's a lot of academic.
Right.
Academic, and there's always a disconnect between what academia offers and the industry needs.
Right.
So I wanted to find out what's happening at KU. Is there like a practical sort of approach that adequately equips you to be able to go out there and face the industry and add value? Or is it a lot of theory? Does you just cram exams and get your A's?
Good question. He should know what we're doing at AOV, because at AOV we are preparing these people and
I can't hear Helen. Your volume is down.
No, you can't say that.
I can't hear Helen. Can she up her?
Ata nini Helen weka nini weka earphone vizuri.
Mbona kwangu nasikika vizuri sana, hapa kwangu kuna virus.
Sasa tunakusikia sasa.
Kuna virus.
Tunakusikia. I was telling Patrick about AOV and how AOV is growing and nini. So he wanted to know something about KU and how we.
Oh yeah, I don't know about KU, but at AOV we discovered we connect them immediately to the industry, no wasting time. No matter how old you are, whether you're young, etc., we have judges now. We will graduate judges. We will graduate chief judges, and then we can remain senior. Difference between chief.
That's actually what I was explaining to him. And to look at I was telling him that KU does have because alikuwa ameuliza about KU. So KU does have a robust, practical platform. So, but what we want to do, it doesn't have a very good, because we have Akina David Mulwa who are there. We have Akina Nani. There are so many actors who have been in the industry for long who teach there. But the beauty, what is the difference between KU and AOV is that we as AOV and J.RODRIGUEZ Entertainment, we go down to the grassroots and sort of look for those people who wouldn't normally be given an opportunity and give them that opportunity. Because the one thing that I know is very common between me and Helen is we love to give people the opportunity that they normally would not be given. And so
I know for a fact, just a second.
Sasa Helen.
I'm just feeling pretty and pretty. I feel pretty.
I'm telling you. I'm saying. Catherine Kiriro.
Okay, sorry. I was about to say something.
Yeah, Patrick.
I'm very familiar with a couple of talents that I know came from KU, i.e. John Kiari, Nyambane, and who else? And Tony someone. Those guys were ridiculous.
Yes.
They were super talented. They were amazing. And I know they performed a lot at the KU. Was it called KU something theater, moving theater or something?
Cultural. Used to have a cultural evening, cultural day, cultural week. Yeah.
Those guys were super amazing. And I remember back in the days when I was still in high school, I think that was a fourth form, there was a team from Kenyatta University that came to perform, one of the set books. That time we did, okay, this might give you a hint as to how old I am. During our time we did, was it a concubine? A concubine, yes. So there's a group that came and performed the concubine. And their choice of a warmer, I still remember that beauty up to today. It's a vivid memory. And they did justice to the set book. Yeah. That was that time we're in fourth form and we're just preparing for exams. And that's how I knew Kenyatta University was actually churning out very good talent. That being said, my question to you is, today we see a lot of talent on our local soapies, on the local television. Local channels. There's one called Maisha Magic as well.
Yeah.
How many of those guys are trained from either KU or from your organization, which is what? Africa Online, AOV, yeah? Are there names that you can actually name, people who've gone through proper training? Or this is just pure raw talent? A group of passionate people who just decided to pursue it, and somehow they get cast and they do it, as well as musicians. If you look at the local superstars that are celebrated in Kenya today, most of these guys have just come from the ghetto and they've conjured up something and they become superstars. I don't know of any of these guys who've gone through proper training, except for Nick Mutuma, who I know went to USLA at some point. And maybe Eric Wainaina, who also went and got trained, Akina Victor Seyi. I'd like to know, who are these guys who've gone to proper music schools, proper acting schools? Because that sort of makes a difference when it comes to the quality of output. Remember, Lupita Nyong'o at some point started off as raw talent, did a bit of stuff in Uganda, went and interned at the Zanzibar International Film Festival for 2 years, then did an amazing job at Sugar, but when she went to the US, she had to go to the Yale School of Performing Arts to get further training. Now, that is what sort of gave her access to the big leagues, and she was able to pull an amazing performance. So, which means that the developed societies place a very big premium on training. Yeah. So there's a way raw talent is panel beaten and refined before you're trusted with a certain level of work. And that's essentially what I'd like to see in our industry today.
That's the reason why we exist. Because after teaching in a university for 20 years,
Whoa.
being a professor in a university for 20 years, and one of the reasons why I would stand out is because of the performing arts. People don't understand that when you're out there, they look for the performer. You have the music theory, but at the end of the day, who is known? The performer.
The performer.
And that's why I had
100%.
That's why I had to even find my gift, not just as a lecturer who'd stand in front of people and deliver and talk, but go out in the industry and perform. I have formally been given a task by the government to talk to great practitioners about performing arts. And when they introduced CBC, guess who? Guess what? I was first given 2 tasks, one as an MC for that event, 2 as a speaker. Helen, how do you do it?
Which event was this?
That was sometime last year.
Okay.
Sometime last year, yes, very recently. And in front of the president, for the first time, I was like, what? I can actually be given an opportunity in front of the president to talk. I was like, but why? Why do they consider this? It's because they said, Helen, the people you have trained are not just shining in theory. They are out there in the industry. You are manifesting. Yes, you are one of the people that we have seen who nurtures talent, not just in class. We have seen you go out into the industry with them, stand in front of corporates, sing, make those kids sing so that they can know what works and what doesn't work. Awesome. And that's why when I started AOV, I was like, yeah, Tasker Project Fame got it, whatever, those other people got it, but they hit the nail on the head. When we had those sessions, when we'd go out, we used to call it, there's a name we used to have for it, meet and greet, where the contestant is asked, apart from this information you gather, and apart from just shining in front of a crowd, what would the crowd outside this setting say? And that's where we started setting the pace. Now, Tasker Project Fame is a different story, because if anything, most of the people have different goals. Most of the people who came for it didn't come for it because they wanted to shine musically and the passion for it. They wanted the money. And that's why in AOV, our drive is not money. Sorry. If you came here for the money, you are in the wrong place. Come here for your passion. And let me tell you, these guys know that when they enter this show, they don't tell you when the show is going to end. First, you check out whether you have the passion for it. If you have zero passion, you give up because you're looking for money or something else. And that I have.
Money comes at some point. First things first, money will eventually come. But you have to get the basics.
Of course, money will.
So you're a professor of music, right?
I agree.
Yes.
Awesome.
Money will come. And even if there was a money gift, we will not tell them. Because the minute I mentioned to you that I'm giving you 15,000 shillings, even if your heart was not there, you will fake it until you grab it. So our motivation for money is zero. And we can pay you so much. And what will you do with so much? 3 million shillings cannot last you 3,000 days. Even if I get you 10 million, it won't last you.
There's a very sad trend.
Because first of all, it will shock you.
There's a very sad trend that I've also noticed with some of these people who even passed through Tasker Project Fame. I don't know that you guys have been observing
Yes.
observing what's the things that are being posted on social media, but
Yes.
there are a couple of guys who are homeless right now, and I know some of them.
Yes.
And yet,
Yes.
there's a point where they were basking in glory.
Hold you up. Hold you to that point.
Yeah.
Hold you up. Why? You can check. Ask them the goal. Why did they do Tasker Project Fame? One, thank God AOV knows God. Tasker Project Fame did not know God. If anything, we were told, cut it out. Nothing to do with God. Until Helen and Achien came, we said, no, we're going to change the trend. For those who have revered God, they get panel beating. Why? Kwa sababu waliweka akili kwa pesa. Na ukiweka akili kwa pesa, watu hubadilika. Watu hubadilika. A certain form of pride comes. And because you're thinking you're ruling the world in your head, you will walk over people. You will not be humble. And most of the people who have been to Tasker Project Fame, 1, 2, 4, the ones that I witnessed, if you had a sense of pride, you will be beaten big time. You will be hit. And life will teach you. Because once ukishafika huko ka pride kengine tu kako hapo. And I think
What's the status?
I think it's demonic.
That when we Patrick,
yes.
Patrick, listen, this is why we hold these sessions, because we like having people who are industry professionals to come in. You see, like the way Helen has spoken and said, listen,
passionately.
Yes.
Passionately. And she said, listen, I've been in the music industry longer than most of those people, and I can tell you that the driving force shouldn't be 1, 2, and 3. So having someone like Patrick over, who sits them down and tells them, listen, guys, here's the thing. This is how you do it. This is how you become professionals. This is how you sustain. It's not just enough to be number one. You've got to be strong enough to sustain being number one. And I feel like tumeanza discussion ya nini na hata 7:30 jafika. So
we've taken over Ellah's session, eh?
No, but she's busy preparing somewhere.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay.
Hi guys.
Kuna mtu Patrick Ojil, meet Evelyn Amos, who's part of the team, who's part of the management, who's part of the vision that is Africa Online Vocalist.
And see Evelyn as a penchant for fedoras. Me and her.
Who's part of the government?
We're in the same WhatsApp.
Yes, huyu Patrick, this one is part of the government. Ukiona amevaa hivyo anakuanga prime minister wa hii area. Anakuanga prime minister.
I'd like to introduce a lady here. She's called Carol.
Right.
There's a lady called Carol.
Yes, niambia nakusikia.
Hi, Carol.
Mwalimu ati unasema nini? There's a lady called Carol.
Hi,
She's
Carol.
a dancer. I asked her to join us tonight.
Yes. Yes, go ahead.
She might throw in 1 or 2 points. Mwalimu, I don't know if you can remember her.
Carol.
I was just introducing.
Yes.
Carol, say something.
I remember Carol. I do. Yes, I remember Carol.
Sasa sijui kama ni network yangu iko na issues ama I don't know. I'll switch the gadget.
Yeah.
Carol.
So Carol, introduce yourself to
Carol,
us. Nice to meet you, Carol.
Hi, Carol.
Network yake imezuduka.
I could 2G network.
She said she can't hear us. Is it our end or?
No, it's her end. She's not connected to audio. I can see she's connecting to audio right now. So a very quick one before Carol comes. Evelyn, we're having a concert at 8. From 7 to 8. Nataka kutoka because we have the session with Ellah from 8. No, it's from 7:30. So karibuni sana. Yes. So I was saying, Patrick.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to give you time to go and relax.
Is this a normal room or?
And,
it's a normal room, yeah.
So when I come back, I just click on this link and voila.
When you come back, you just click on the room and Ella will be ready and she will be prepared. Don't worry, she's getting a few things together. The topic still remains.
So what's the format? What's the format of the conversation? I hope because no questions have been shared with me, so I just come with an open mind.
Yeah, that's usually the format we have is we just want to hear your presentation. Then from what you speak, we'll be able to ask questions, and the students who are here who are interested in what you are doing and what you are pursuing and what you are teaching can be able to ask questions subsequently, as we go. So usually it's just 30 minutes or 1 hour to speak, and then the final 30 minutes is just a Q&A session, and we will be done by 9 p.m.
So today I was actually speaking about ADMI and what we do as a creative and technology school.
Yes.
Great. Awesome.
So you go. I want to let you go. So that's well, I want you to go and prepare. And Nini, I'm looking forward to creating a merger between J.RODRIGUEZ Entertainment, Africa Online Vocalist, and ADMI.
Don't worry, I can already see potential areas of collaboration. As I say, collaboration is what we need in the 21st century.
Awesome.
Locally and even beyond.
Mimi nimekuambia tunakuletea watu wa maana. Unaona tuko na mtu wa Netflix hapa Buda.
Yeah.
Tunacheza kama wewe,
Awesome. I can see you have a professor of music.
Imagine, I have a professor of music with me. I have a doctor of music with me, Apa Evelyn Amos, who's been doing amazing things. And
Tell him about moving. We have
watu wamesoma kabisa.
You were asking about professionals, here they are, man.
Oh, fantastic. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm going to let you go and prepare. See you at 7:30.
Okay, thank you so much.
See
you then. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, we're gonna pray. Can we pray? And then go on, yeah? Evelyn? Oh Lord, now.
We're gonna pray. Can we pray? Catherine Kiriro, lead us in prayer, and then can you pray so that we can go on?
Okay, let us pray.
I hope Carol
Father, we
comes
thank you and we bless your name for this concert. Let your spirit lead us in everything that we put our hand to do, Lord. May you prosper it. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Amen.
Okay, guys, I want to start immediately. So we don't waste time. Our judges, Getu, hi Getu. Getu, how are you? And Carol, we're waiting for Carol to come. Carol, can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, Sawa. Gertrude, I don't see her.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Is that Gertrude? Nimesikia sauti ya mwanaume na ni Gertrude.
Mama, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Aurelia
and Joyce. Aurelia, Joyce, and Fazla. Well, I think because of the work they did today, good job, man. You have made us proud. I don't think we're going to expect to see you dancing here today, but thank you very much for what you've done. Yeah. Joyce is going to be a judge from now on, chief judge, I think, for having experienced live performance. Okay, good job. So hata hawa asipotupatia video hatutajali. I'm ready to play. Rodrigo, I don't know whether co-host will make me play, but let me know. Catherine, you are my ear.
My ear, Catherine.
Okay.
Mtash, I'm here.
Yeah, you also with your judge, eh? You, Getu, and the other guest, Carol, when she comes back. If Carol comes back.
Let me make you...
videos. Yeah. Make me host.
Okay.
I don't know if it's host or co-host. Yeah, whichever that can allow me to share.
You already co-host. Yani system inakujua tu.
Yeah, asante. Jesu mwega. Now what's this? Tell me, Kathy, if you can hear it.
Yes, yes.
That's Caroline Baraka. All right, that's Caroline Baraka. Getu, what do you think? Getu yuko kweli? Getu, what do you think? Yeah, Caroline Baraka.
Sorry, ma'am, haven't seen it.
Caroline Baraka. Yeah. Huh? You haven't seen it? Okay,
Yeah.
let's talk to Caroline. I'm Carol. Did you see the video? Carol, Judge Carol. Judge Carol, did you see the video?
Karen Joki.
Yeah, Karen Joki, did you see the video?
I saw it.
I think she's having a
problem.
There she goes. There she goes.
Yeah, I saw
Yes,
it.
Carol, you were
Yes.
saying?
You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I've seen the
Yes.
video, like a bit of it, and they were kind of looking at each other, like the lady on with the orange dress. She's kind of looking at the people behind, so like they're not confident of of what they're doing. It's like they're looking at each other. Huyu anatoa move gani, huyu anatoa move gani. So they need to be confident and also synchronize their moves.
All right. Rodrigo. Rod.
Yes. Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
Umeona hiyo dance kweli?
Nimeona. Nimeona.
Ako ready.
Nimefurahia sana. Nimefurahia sana. Although I haven't gotten a chance to see her much during the competition, I like that every time she comes, she's doing her best, and that's what counts.
Yeah.
You're only as good as your last dance.
Yeah.
For this one, she has impressed me.
She has impressed you, okay. Now, Carol, you're going to give us a mark. How much? How many marks?
Wow. You know, bet the video when it's a bit ending, so I don't know if I'm
you can still tell. You can still
out of marks out of
how many marks? Like in a scale of 1 to 10 or
a scale of 1 to 10, yes.
You compare 2.5.
Hey, Rod, you watching when you're beside
no twos, no twos, guys, no twos, no twos.
Yeah.
No.
What's that to 3?
Okay. When it's 3.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Rodrigo, you said you were impressed.
Yes, I was impressed, but mine is 2.5.
Okay, let's talk to umetuanzia show vibaya sana Rodrigo. Let's talk to Nani, to what's the other name? All right, Evelyn, Judge Evelyn. No, Getu hukuiona. Evelyn, ni ngapi utampatia? Evelyn.
wacha nimpatie 4 sababu wenyewe amefanya amejaribu.
Sawa. Our next, the
4,
next.
4.
Okay, next dancer now. Catherine Kiriro. All right, that's Catherine Kiriro, guys.
Nice.
Comments.
Me.
Yes,
Nice.
Who's that, Carol?
Carol, yes. Yeah,
Yes.
good coordinated moves with
Yes.
more of practice.
Yeah.
She's able to do it.
Okay,
Yes,
remember these are musicians. We're just trying to push them and
Yeah.
make them become dancers as well, so that you can also beef up your
Yeah.
music with, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
So-
let's hear from Getu.
Also, she has strength and mobility. You can see like she's flexible in her body movement. So it was okay for me.
How many marks? Carol, how many marks?
I'd give her a 5.
Getu?
5-2.
Okay, Rod. Wacha Rod akuje na
Yes.
wani yako. Yeah, wacha kuja na wani yako. Okay, so what about that dance?
I love Catherine Kiriro's performance. I love her dance. I love that she was able to try Akona. You can tell that she was completely out of her comfort zone, but she was really, really trying to do it. So for that very reason, and for that courage, I give her a 4.
Guys,
Rod, kwani leo hujakula?
Rod amekuwa influenced na Ian vibaya sana. Vibaya.
But I
Rod,
thought 4, I was being nice. 4 is nice.
haujatengenezewa kahawa. Rea yuko wapi apike?
Amekuwa akimlenga vibaya sana. Next. Christine na Biambo. I think this was a Drex video. She had another one but could not load. So I told her, play this. Amerusha mguu hapo akafanya ha. God will fall.
Carol, what do you say about this girl? I got 2 left feet. About
Hey, amesahau moves. Alafu akaoneshana amesahau. So rule number 1, you're supposed to, when you know you've made a mistake, you should just continue confidently. Hakuna mtu atajua, ni wewe tu unajua move yenye umemake. So you should not show the crowd that you missed the mark. So yeah. Hapo ameblanda lakini ameonyesha.
How much do you give her?
I give her a 3.
One influence a rod. Okay, get you?
I'll go with Judge Carol. Like, as a dancer, quite confident in what you are doing. Either you mistake or don't do anything. Just end that na your flow. Usonyeshe mtu, because the moment you uonyesha someone kati umemake your mistake, we lose that interest, someone to see you as you dance in any other style. So as for me, sijui ninge kwa hii kampuni ya 3, okay, 4.
Weka rod, siwezi. Okay, Evelyn?
Mwalimu mpaka nalia.
Najua wewe umekubamba sana. Wewe
Nampatia. Oi, mom. Nampatia 3 because you're making me laugh.
Both you people in this. I would have given her 9. At least she went, then you realized. I was like, amepanua mguu. Na unajua ungu yake ikikwaza ikianza, you might think she's naked. You know.
I'm giving her 1 mark for taking time to make the video. 2 for sending the video. 3 for making me laugh. Wacha nimpatie hizo 3.
You are very unfair. Oh, you are discouraging people in this show. Okay, next. We're going to next. 1 minute.
Mwalimu, for Catherine, I'm giving her a 7.
Catherine? Kafija?
Kiriro.
Ulimpatia 4?
Yeah.
Ulimpatia 4? Okay, 7.
Hapana, sikumpatia max.
All right, guys. And what's the sound like today? The sound is better, Evelyn, Ama?
Yes, very much.
Yeah. You should say thank you, madam, for Gineneto.
Thank you, Madam President. Ubarikiwe. Ubarikiwe kabisa.
Wakati sound imewashinda, mimi at least imekuwa ujaluo umeingia mingi. All right, guys, the next person. Egidia.
Hi everyone, this is Ayana MC Pretty Girl alongside my daughter, Pretty Baby, and the one and only Sarah. We are going to do this challenge ya nini? Jerusalema.
Jelu.
Watch this. Hey!
Anaangalia nyuma.
To enjoy. This is not the video. Hapa me to enjoy.
Mrembo. Listen. Listen. At least she has an entry. Ngoja sikiza. You know why?
Hapana, Aki
entry.
president, hapana, no,
Are you
president.
listen? I will take care of them, guys. I will take care.
Because today they had several things involving. So I told them at least show an entry. We know the song they were supposed to do, Evelyn Amos's song, but the thing is, the challenge is dance, not the song. Do they have two left feet or can they dance? Allow.
Olimu, Ejidia has a very nice video.
It's me who is talking now, so we go by what I say.
Madam President, she has a very nice video, very nice that she has done when Jesus say yes.
Yeah.
Lakini aliogopa kuihandin because she didn't do the songs that had been asked to be done.
Yeah, because Ejidia, you know, Ejidia has a reason. Ejidia is always on the road. So that's why I'm saying for me, for benefit of a doubt, that she at least sent an entry. This is one entry at Tambo. They told her anything that will make us know. Because ideally for me,
Ejidia, please send Madam President here that video. She did one very nice one.
Patrick,
do we have something to work with here or we have nothing?
Patrick, you are not in the wrong room. Usijali, we're just finishing up on the samples.
No, it's okay. I was just about to ask you guys, do you know the two superstars behind the song Jerusalem?
Oh, the what?
Do you know who they are?
Superstars.
The guys who sang Jerusalem.
The lady who sang Jerusalem.
Yes.
There are two people. So there's Master KG. It's Master KG and Nomsebo. They're all from, they're originally peasants from Limpopo, South Africa. Very humble backgrounds. But I think right now, if you look at YouTube, they are streaming at 200 million streams, views so far.
Well, millions.
They've become a global phenomenon.
Yeah, please, for today, just allow these people. We want to check whether they only have, because ideally, what is that? The whole of last week, all of this week, we've just had people discourage them. Rodrigo now thinks of giving people 1 and 2. This is the final. Rodrigo, please have a heart. Excuse me, we don't want to have wounded hearts from here. We want to have people who at least know that they don't have 2 left feet. We're here to encourage them. Yeah, can we just encourage them? Let's not kill them when they're just about to finish the race, okay? All right, so let's just check, because ideally what I'm interested here is to see whether they can dance or they can't dance. Are they able to involve dancers or they can't involve dancers? And I love you so much, Rodrigo and Evelyn. Wametudanganya hapo sana kwamba wimbo is not what we gave them. But again, I'm thinking because of the pressures we've had, we must just listen to them. Thank you for understanding. Yeah.
Can we give
Say what?
Can we give? Can I give her the score?
No, wait. There's another one. She has actually sent in. So let me play that one.
Yeah.
Let me play that one. Yeah. Then we can actually give her a score. Whether she enjoys the dance, because dance sometimes is strenuous. Yeah.
She's
and
the
reason behind all this is to see whether you have something that people can work with. Not necessarily just having this strict rules. We can do rules, but for dance, these are not dancers, they're singers. But we're showing them there's another arm. Yeah, and that's what we must embrace and just have mercy on these guys. That's now the woman and the mother in me talking. I love the way I just ruled out Nene. Rodrigo, kwa tusiwe watu roho, wacha tuwajenge kidogo. Yeah, it has been very it's been rough. Imagine since Ian's time, Ian disqualifying, and even the people we know who sing very well, Ian saying, I don't think there's anyone. And he'll be shocked. I'm so sure he'll be shocked this week. We are not here to break people. We are here to encourage them and get something that we can work with that they can use for the industry. Hallelujah. Somebody.
Amen.
Yeah, thank you for understanding. Amen. Yeah, I'll play somebody. Oh yeah, here we are. Here we are, just before you forget who Ejidia is. Let's play this. We should even see the one that, what's that? Grace has handed in another one that, hey, I think Rodrigo can but 0.1. No, but for this show, Rodrigo, kill. Kill the 0.1s, please. No. I don't want us to do that. Not here now. We're about to finish. Let's finish well. Thank you. 1 second. Allow me to share now.
Oh. Okay. There we go.
When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. 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 I'm not worried about a thing, 'cause I know you are guiding me. Where you lead me, Lord, I will go. I have no fear, 'cause I know who's in control. There's no limit to what you can do, 'cause it all belongs to you. Yes, it all belongs to you. No rush now. You're almighty and all powerful, and it all belongs to you. Yes, it all belongs to you. When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. 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 I'm not worried about a thing, 'cause I know you are guiding me. Where you lead me, Lord, I will go. I have no fear, 'cause I know who's in control. There's no limit to what you can do, 'cause it all belongs to you. Yes, it all belongs to you. No rush now.
I think we need
In AOV.
You're saying you think we need?
We need Egidia's daughter in AOV. We're gonna start
Yes.
aside for dance. This is a gifted dancer we're talking about, and I think that's the business of AOV, to tap talent that has not been tapped. Yeah. So apart from it, that, Egidia, thank you for also letting your daughter. I've seen her also trying to sing, you know, and you put that for us to see. That's what I'm talking about, that we can encourage these people who nobody has ever found out. Yeah. Mtu kama
True.
huyo sasa, look at that. That's a person you hand into Edu, na Edu atamtrim. Hand that person to Caro. Caro probably will have something to work with. Or maybe through Egidia now we've been able to see somebody else who has talent. Now, Caro, does Egidia has 2 left feet, or you think there's something to work with? Maybe that's how we go now.
We have something to work with. Yeah.
Do you think she can flow? Because ideally, apart from just judging them and probably to them, can she use dance? Because I'm thinking this is an MC who, apart from just singing, can use her MC skills. In there, I do MCing, but my style is musical. So if we teach Egidia how to do this, or probably if she has learned that, and engage dance in her performances. Yeah, na eke mtoto wake hapo, si atakuwa na show. Kali sana. Yeah, pretty much the same applies to those people that we've seen before as well. Purpose is not to be harsh on them, but purpose is to see, do they have
she has something to flow with. She can flow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. And what do you think, dear two? Gertrude.
Yeah, I hear you, ma.
Do we have something to work with from Egidia?
Yeah. I like her energy. Like, she's so energetic. Gosh.
Yeah. Okay. There's one person who I think boss wake amemkataza kukuja shows or something like that, but she still finds time. Let's give glory and to God and to, honor to where it deserves. Yeah, I'm thinking of these people who have really, really sacrificed 3 months of not knowing where they're going, and we tell them, do this, and they actually comply. But let's have that heart, please. Yeah. Rodrigo, let's get to Rodrigo. Hopefully he won't give a 2 or a 3. You know, Rodrigo can be hard-headed. Rodrigo, come back. Rod.
Wait, he's calling me. Let me find out what he's saying.
Okay. All right. So how many marks do you give Egidia?
I give a 6.
Okay, that is Carol, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Am I out?
No.
Okay, I can hear you. Ni ma'am ndio ametoka ama? Madam President, Madam President. All right, who was talking? Get to?
No, she was just saying like how many marks are we giving her?
Okay, so how have you given marks to Julia?
Find him. Did you find him?
Okay, you're there.
I'm here, yes, but the computer has died. So, not died, it has hung. So, yeah. Yes, just give me a second so I can not restart it. It will come back to. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Rodrigo is a bit worried about because of time. Lakini I think we're going express, right?
Yeah, I think so. We're going express. So far we've done 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So probably for the next ones, I'll just play and then you give marks. Is that okay? Without having to comment. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that. Oh wait, I can actually log in. Well, I'm about to finish.
Wait a minute. Has everyone given their scores, ma'am? Kila mtu amepeana score yake?
Hapana, Getu hajapatana Egidia. Getu
7. Getu 12.
7.
7. Caro, had you given yours?
Yes, I did. 6.
Okay.
A 6. Okay, from me it's a 7.
Okay. 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. It's, I think, revamping or rebuffering or something like that.
Okay, did Paul leave?
Huh?
No, Patrick. Is Patrick also giving a score?
I think Patrick is our next guest in the next session.
Oh, in the next.
He's our guest in the next session, yeah.
All right.
One of the things I think I had done is I did not join Zoom. I joined Zoom from not an app, from online. So now the app has, so I have to use to switch. That's what happened.
Okay.
1 minute, we'll come back. And the way today we have very good sound.
Yes, very.
I discovered.
Today at least it's people.
Yeah, you can be able to hear.
Yes. And I can see some of the contestants are handing in their, you're able to see them, right?
Yeah, because, no, I'm not able to see. Wait. We'll just play them from the
WhatsApp.
From the WhatsApp. Tina looks like she has something else. Yeah.
Yes, because she was gonna redo. I'd asked her to redo the one that was played earlier. I told her she was joking, so she was saying she was redoing.
Okay. That's great. Today we'll usurp Rodrigo's time, eh? And
Rodrigo, we will ask the sun to stop tomorrow. So is this one giving us 40 minutes? It will give us more? Madam President.
Sema.
Hapa mali tuko tutakuwa na more than 40 minutes ama we'll be kicked out after 40 minutes.
I will kick you guys out after, let me see. I will personally kick you guys out after 15 minutes.
1 hour.
After 15 minutes, after 15 minutes now I kick out nyote.
Tutakutengenezea
Apana, Patrick needs to hold his show and we need to go on.
We hear you, boss.
Patrick,
Tumekusikia.
Patrick ataniua, trust you me. Patrick will kill me.
Patrick
Unamuona?
hawezi.
Ndio
Man
huyu
of
hapa.
God, though.
Who? Mwana vile jana ni mnene atanimaliza.
Ni muhumble. Ni mnene lakini ni muhumble. Si mnene, ni muhumble.
Well, you guys have 20 minutes.
I'm giving you 1 mark for hosting us.
Hapana, nitawatoa na tuendelee na show. Kwanza wapi Ellah wapi anzishe hii show? Wacha niende Ellah.
Amekwama kwa traffic. Wacha kwanza hiyo traffic imzubaishe.
Ako hapa. Ellah ako hapa.
Ellah, hi. Thank you, Ellah. Please introduce the show while we continue. Please introduce the show, Ellah.
Hey, leo asanteni sana kwa kutujoin. Nakuja napata show yangu ili hijackiwa. Tunafanya judging kidogo. But I'm enjoying the entertainment. So wacha tuendelee kujudge for the next Rodrigo ametupatia how long? 15 minutes?
1 hour.
Oh, no, I've given them 10 minutes.
But you see, hijacking a show that was supposed to start at 7:30.
I've given them 10 minutes.
Tabia ya Helen, I know her. She anapenda kunisumbua hivi. So it's 10 okay. Minutes. I will tolerate it for the next 15, 20, and then we'll let Patrick do his thing. Today is his day.
Ellah, we have said 10 minutes. Hakuna cha 20 minutes, 10.
Ellah, wacha nikwambie. Unaona Rodrigo? Leo vile tu aliamka akajipatia 1 mark ya kuamka. Sasa tangu hapo amekuwa tu akipatia watu 1.5.
Ameamka tu hivyo leo.
Sasa anazihesabu mpaka zifike 10.
Sasa unaona hii hizo 10 minutes zimebaki, tunaendelea tu kuzikula badala ya kumalizia hii story.
Sasa tunangoja Madam President.
Madam President amepotea. Zoom online haipeleki vizuri.
Haina shida. Actually, tunaweza endeleanga tu, akirudi ataendelea after Patrick amemaliza. Because I know Patrick is supposed to be somewhere. So Patrick, pole sana kwa kukuweka man, but welcome to the show. Ellah, take over.
We take over now. We're not finishing the AOV first.
By the time Madam President anarudi, 10 minutes zitakuwa zimeisha, so we can do it fast, and then once we're done with, we have to release Patrick. Otherwise, Patrick will leave and he will not deliver what he wanted to deliver. And this is something that he was very excited to do. So yeah, I think we'll continue AOV after the show. So Patrick, karibu sana.
Thank you.
Patrick, asante sana kwa kutujoin. Tumekuweka sana. You've been here since we started the tech run at 6:30, but that's okay.
We finally get to see you.
Tumeanza sasa. Karibu, how are you feeling today?
I'm super awesome.
Catch up, uliambiwa nini na hawa watu in my absentia? Unajua kuna a minute nilipotea tu.
And they were saying only good things.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure, 100%.
Sawa, watu wasichome picha in my absence. Okay, so I think we can just go on ahead and get started. I already introduced the session to you, but for our first-time participants, karibuni sana. My name is Ellah Maina. I'm the host of this show called Zoom Room with Ellah, brought to you by J.RODRIGEZ Entertainment, which was founded by Julius Mwaura Rodrigo. Ako hapa mwenyewe, mmemsikia anapiga kelele sana. That is our founder. Hiyo ndio mkubwa wetu ati. But tunampenda na tunamu-appreciate no matter what. So J.RODRIGEZ Entertainment is a collective of creatives. And what we do here at Zoom Room with Ellah, we bring in industry professionals like yourself, Patrick, and we link them up with interested creatives. So hapa itakuwa a session where we just exchange, you impart your knowledge. No, unatufunza. So this is your time to shine, right? I'm just going to be here guiding the session, but you're the one who's going to be shining today, okay, Patrick?
All right.
All right. So, Rodrigo.
Yes.
Kuna kitu ungetaka kusema kabla nianze?
Oh no, everything Patrick and I had to say we have said. Trust you me, by now I know we already have a partnership coming somewhere. Asante sana Patrick. Tuendelee.
Aya Bessie. So Patrick, you are the head of business development and corporate academy at ADMI. What does that entail? Me personally, I'm not too sure what your position is. So could you just expound kiasi for us?
But you guys first of all know who ADMI is.
When you hawajui, ADMI is a film school in Kenya. ADMI is Africa Digital Media Institute. It's one of the very, it's a very good film school here in Kenya. Media school, actually. See, nimepata hiyo Patrick, kama I'm misleading them.
Let me provide a bit of context.
Yes, sir.
So the Africa Digital Media Institute is a creative and technology training institution that is currently at the forefront of bridging the skills and capacity gaps for the creative and digital economies. We train, we mentor, and we provide resources to the next generation of digital professionals and creative entrepreneurs to turn their passion into a profession for profit and impact. That's who ADMI is. And what we do at ADMI is informed by the belief and by the conviction that the creative economy has enormous potential for employment creation and enterprise development, and is actually going to be a game changer. It is an area that has been overlooked before, and if you look at today, when young people are looking for skills, for careers to pursue, it's very rare to see young people say to their parents and tell them, I want to go to this school to go and learn sound engineering or music production. It's a very difficult conversation. So your parent is going to ask you, what's your career path? What are you going to do with yourself after studying music production or sound engineering? What does your career path look like? Is it going to put food on the table at some point? Would your parent actually pay school fees for you to go and study music?
Right.
So there's a lot of perception change, cultural, a lot of perception changes that we're dealing with. But based on what we know, based on information that we have from the global community, this particular industry, if it is nurtured very well, and if you pay a little bit more attention to it, we would actually be able to create a lot more opportunities for our young people today who are unemployed and are languishing in protracted poverty. Yeah. So what sort of skills do we impart at ADMI? We develop skills that develop a pipeline of talent that feed into media. So we're talking film and TV production. We're talking graphic design, animation and motion graphics, music production, sound engineering. There's digital journalism. As you all know, the media landscape has currently changed significantly. It's been disrupted in so many ways, to the extent that today, for you to be employed by a media house, you have to be multi-skilled in multimedia, because something called convergent journalism has happened. So it's not like back in the days when you just show up at a media house and say you are a writer, they employ you as a writer for Daily Nation or Standard. Today, they expect you to know how to write, to hold a camera and take videos, edit, manage your own social media platforms and so on and so forth. So in view of the current gaps that are in the industry today, we positioned ourselves in such a way that we are imparting skills that are relevant to industry needs, especially within the context of media and digital. Then now that media has also transitioned into digital, they're also trying to figure out how do they make money? How do they monetize digital? Yes, so that has been the biggest challenge today. But we've also positioned ourselves to be able to impart skills via a module called digital marketing, so that as legacy media transitions into digital, then they also know how to monetize. Because at the end of the day, media is a business. If salespeople don't sell, those media houses will collapse. Yes. So that's a general overview of who ADMI is. Oh, and I've just forgotten. We also teach 2D animation and video game design and development. Now, to your question, you asked what do I do exactly as head of business development and corporate academy. That title is just a glorified title for a salesperson. What I do is package and sell the school to the wider community. And for corporate academy, it means I run executive education. So I champion all the modules that are targeted towards upskillers. Upskillers are professionals who are already trained traditionally in their various fields, but they want to update, upskill with the latest methods and approaches of doing things so that they remain relevant. Hope that answers the question, Ellah. Ellah?
Wow, it's like, Rod, are you there? I don't understand what has happened.
I think there's a problem with connections. So, yeah, did you want anything to, like, Patrick, did you want Ella to attend to anything or?
No, I thought Ellah was moderating. I'm just supposed to speak.
Yes,
and then
yes. Looks like I can't see her. I can't see her. Just go on speaking and then she'll come in between.
Okay. I thought she was moderating. Okay, so let me keep speaking about EDMI. So currently we are celebrating a couple of milestones that are very interesting for, I think, Kenya and Africa at large. On the 29th of October, 2019, we forged a strategic partnership with an international brand called Rubica to be able to now offer globally certified courses in 2D animation and video game design and development. And this has been inspired by the fact that there are a lot of opportunities around animation and game design and development that have not been tapped yet in the African continent. We are aware that parents pay a lot of money for their kids to go abroad to get global certifications. But with this kind of partnership, what we've managed to do is bring a global certification to Nairobi so that African students do not have to leave the continent and spend a lot of money going to seek for this training elsewhere. And it's elicited a lot of excitement because of the opportunities that are bound post acquisition of these skills. So with the 2D animation and game design and development from Rubica, a lot of benefits come with it. We got a bit of funding injection, significant injection of capital to our school, and we were able to build an ultra-modern lab where those courses can be offered. We had training of trainers, a very big team from France came and empowered our people. Our trainers are now students in Kenya and Africa at large are now benefiting from these programs. Globally certified means you can actually work anywhere in the world. So if you do a 2D animation course at ADMI, it means you can be employed by Disney, Pixar. If you do game design and development, you can be employed by BMW, Philips, Cartier, those big global brands. So that's value addition in terms of the quality of offering around those two courses. So yes, the other milestone that we're celebrating today happened during COVID. You all would agree with me that we're living in unprecedented times. Nobody actually expected this to happen. And at the level of management where we sit, there was no amount of scenario planning that was able to change our circumstances. So when COVID disrupted everything, we were forced to think very quickly and see how do we then sustain our training programs. And we were very quick to transition into online training. We knew online training would come with a lot of infrastructural challenges, but we stretched our resources and we were able to facilitate students who didn't have laptops to be able to get laptops through a flexible repayment plan. We got a deal with Safaricom and Telcom to get for them bandwidth that they can use at home, so that learning is not disrupted. And that has worked so far very well for us. And there's actually been a silver lining to online training, because what has then happened is we've been able to stretch our training program beyond just Kenya. So during this time, we've been doing a lot of online trainings for students from Tanzania, students from Rwanda, from Uganda, from as far as Ghana, Ethiopia, and so on and so forth. So for us, there's been a silver lining that online training has come with. Yeah. Should I go on, Ella?
We can hear you.
Yeah, do go on. I think you're doing quite well. I didn't want to interrupt your flow.
Okay, so pretty much about ADMI. So now you've understood what us guys are trying to do. Essentially, what you're trying to do is support the creative economy through skills development and get the larger public to understand what are the career opportunities that abound in the creative economy. We're talking about film, we're talking about music, we're talking about performing arts, and so on and so forth. We believe in practical training, because today there's also a very big concern in the industry that the kind of courses that are being offered in training institutions do not address industry needs. So we try as much as possible to take our students through a practical learning approach, so that once they graduate from school, they are immediately absorbed. Actually, within the first 6 months, our record shows that 96% of students that graduate from ADMI actually get jobs. This is because we believe we have a philosophy of learn and work approach. We have a pathways team that actually goes out of its way to look for internships for students while in their final year, sorry. And because we have a very good reputation in the market, our students get absorbed for internships very quickly. They get hands-on experience before they venture into the industry. And what normally happens most of the time is those places where they go for internships, they end up actually getting full-time employment. So that has been a very good record for us. Now, talking about the creative economy and how I believe is going to be a game changer in employment creation and enterprise development. One of the things that we've managed to do is also set up an incubator program where students that are not leaning towards employment and want to become entrepreneurs have a chance to go through some sort of extra mentorship. They are equipped with business skills, how to do a business plan, how to run a project, how to put together a business plan that is investor ready. And we offer them a bit of seed capital so that by the time they graduate from school, they have a business that is a going concern. I think that is very unique. I don't know whether if there's any school that does that in the country at the moment. But other than building capacities for people who are going to look for employment, we're also building capacities for people who are more entrepreneurial leaning. Yeah. Yes, so that's as much as EDMA is concerned. In terms of opportunities for young people in Kenya and in the continent, I think we need to start stretching our imagination beyond what we see locally. We live in a continent of about, well, these are 55 countries, 55 markets, 55 different legislative environments. One sad thing is that we are not collaborating, we are not coordinated, we are operating in silos, we are not working in a single fashion to achieve a single goal. Every time we attend these big conferences, people talk about Africa rising. But the billion-dollar question is, are Africans rising? Now, the continent has about 1.35 billion people with a combined GDP of about $1.4 trillion. By the way, $1.4 trillion is just the GDP of California. And do you know why California has a GDP that is the combined GDP of Africa? It's because of Hollywood. Yeah, Hollywood is a big economy. It's a behemoth. So you can imagine that in the US of A, only one state called California has a GDP of $1.4 trillion, which is the combined GDP of Africa. What does that tell you about the potential of this thing we call the creative economy? And that is just film, showbiz. And by the way, Hollywood only produces about 800 movies a year. But the volume of business that is happening there, compared to Nollywood that produces 3,000 movies every year, Bollywood does about 2,000 movies every year. So Nollywood does a lot of quantity, but the size of market cannot be compared to what you see in Hollywood. So the question is, if the developed markets have managed to do that very well, what is it that stops Africa from learning from the best and creating opportunities for our young people here? It means those guys have figured out a commercial model that works. Is there a way we can build collaborative networks with the best of the best and create a conducive environment for the creative economy to attain its full potential? Because we have a lot of raw talent that even you guys, you can see coming to the school. How do we nurture these people to reach global superstar levels? Yeah. So my view is, I think we need to look at Africa differently. I know South Africa, for example, is very well developed when it comes to the creative industry. The film industry is very well developed. Nigeria is probably ahead of us as well. So how does East Africa, how does Kenya?
Patrick.
Yes.
We even have, actually, we have Yamu from Nigeria, who's also a filmmaker here. So yes, I just wanted to make you know that.
I'm actually advocating for young people because they're the leaders of tomorrow. And as I mentioned, 75% of Africa's population is the youth, and most of them are unemployed. They're disillusioned with Africa's leadership, and they're languishing in protracted poverty. So every time we talk about something called harnessing the demographic dividend, it's about unlocking opportunities for the young people. Yeah. And the unfortunate bit about operating in silos is that when a young person doesn't make it in Kenya, they lose hope and they think, okay, this is the end of the world. And yet we have a market of 55 countries. When you talk about intra-Africa trade, which is trading between countries, it's not just commodity trade that it's not just, I mean, the trade is not just about commodities. You're not just moving goods. You can also package and export talent and expertise. For your information, when the rest of the world looks at Africa, they normally look at South Africa, Kenya, and Nigeria as the hot market, as the hot markets to go to. Most of these other countries are not very much in the limelight in terms of potential growth areas. So we are very much advantaged as Kenya in terms of human capital and skill and talent. If we embrace the spirit of Pan-Africanism and start building collaborative networks across the continent, you'll come to realize that there's so much opportunity, there's so much that we can offer to the rest of the continent in terms of just exporting skill, be it from the creative economy perspective. Yeah, the Francophone world is so much underdeveloped, and they need the kind of talent that is abound in a country like Kenya, you know. So I would like us to build collaborative networks so that young people can start thinking beyond Kenya. They need to embrace a Pan-African and ultimately a global mindset, a global consciousness, so to speak, so that they do not die within the confines of our borders, and yet there's so much that they can offer outside there. Talking about content, I know at the moment there's a content explosion in the continent. People are doing a lot of things. Nollywood is busy, South Africans are busy, but unfortunately there's very little, I mean, from a film production perspective, there are very few movies that are coming out of East Africa. And if you've noticed, Netflix has not done much in terms of collating content from East Africa compared to Nigeria and Southern Africa. And I don't know whether young people are aware that a global brand like Netflix has a global budget of about $8 billion. And $1 billion of that budget has been dedicated to Africa. Why? Because Netflix used to get a lot of content from the likes of HBO, the likes of Apple, the likes of Disney, and all those guys right now, they've all created their own streaming platforms that are competing against Netflix. So what Netflix has done is venture into the rest of the world. They're doing this in South America. They've come to Africa to co-produce with our people here so that they do what we call First Africa Originals. And they're ready to underwrite content from this part of the world, just so that they develop a pipeline of content that feeds into the Netflix platform sustainably. I don't know how many young people are aware about this. So if we're developing skills for the creative economy, it means we're positioning ourselves favorably for global brands to come and take advantage of talent that is available here. Otherwise, if Netflix is coming here and they're looking for people to produce with, and there's no skill, then that would be a problem. Yeah. There's a bank that sits in Egypt called Afrexim Bank, which is a major proponent of intra-Africa trade. I was privileged to do some work with them sometime in 2018 when I was still working for CNBC Africa and Forbes. Afrexim Bank have a budget of about $500 million that is just targeting the creative economy. I don't know how many people know this. Yeah. So what am I trying to say? Information is power. We need to create a platform where people can access such useful information. Someone is sitting on $500 million somewhere and they're saying this is for the creative economy, but our people don't know. Yeah. Netflix has come with $1 billion into the continent to promote First Africa Originals. How many people know about this? And yet we cry unemployment. Young people today are inheriting bad manners. Everyone is obsessed with the low-hanging fruits. Every young person wants to befriend a politician or a governor so that they can get deals. There's a very big deal-making culture that is going on right now. And yet there's an opportunity to just nurture our talent and tap into the opportunities that are already there. So when you're talking about the creative economy, there is money that I know somebody said earlier on that you guys are not inspired by money, but at the end of the day, people need a source of income and they need to eat and live. So, which is why at ADMI we say we help you turn that passion that you have into a structured profession for profit and impact. But what will help you make a difference in the world is the fact that you're keeping your ears on the ground and you have access to quality information that you can leverage onto to be able to change your livelihoods. Ellah, am I making sense so far?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I was just breaking up a little bit. I'm having a bit of trouble with the internet connection, but yeah, I'm still following.
All right. So let me also shed a bit of light in terms of opportunities that I see in the music industry. Pardon, my presentation is not going to be structured. I'm giving random thoughts, but it's
You're
still...
actually doing quite well. No one's complaining. Please just keep going.
I'm giving random thoughts from a Pan-African perspective, because all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get us to expand our horizons, expand our scope beyond just Kenya, and tap into the opportunities that are bound from a Pan-African perspective and even globally, and learn to embrace best practices and do things properly. Let's not do things in a mediocre way, and yet we have an opportunity to learn from the best of the best, you know. Now, as you've all noticed today, let's just look at the music industry. My concern today is that we have a lot of raw talent, especially in Kenya, who do music, but they end up just becoming superstars in Kenya only. Yeah. Now, there's something Nigerians have done. If you look at most Nigerian superstars, they've managed to package their content in such a way that they have a global sort of presence. You do notice that every time we are hosting big concerts in Kenya, if we're not importing an artist from the US or Europe, it's always a Nigerian artist. So the question that begs is, how many times do we get our musicians to go and perform in Lagos, for instance? Do we have those opportunities? I was privileged to travel a lot in the continent. I was working with CNBC Africa. And one thing that I used to notice is that every time I would go out into club, any country that you go to, be it Botswana or Zimbabwe or Burkina Faso or Chad or Guinea Equatorial or Ghana, the DJ will always play Nigerian music. So the question is, what is it that these guys have done that have given them that kind of global dominance? A Nigerian artist by the name Davido today can go to London and perform to a crowd of 150,000 people. Do you think a local artist like, say, Calligraph Jones can go to London and command a crowd of that size? If you go to Zimbabwe today, would you find anybody listening to Calligraph Jones? Or let's say Botswana or Angola. So it means, my point is, we are developing music, but we're restricting it to the Kenyan audience only. And yet there's a very big market outside there that you can actually
yeah.
content and export. Music can actually be packaged as a cultural product and exported, and it can feature as an item within this thing called intra-Africa trade. Yeah. Every time this Black Coffee does is, you know, this South African, what is it called? South African music, those beats. Every time they're played in our local club here, we dance to them, you know. But my question is, if a Kenyan, if someone in South Africa listens to Kenyan music, would they identify with it? My point is, we need to figure out a way of producing music that has a Pan-African reach, that has a global reach. Once that happens, then now you'll be able to develop real global superstars. When you develop real global superstars, they'll be able to now command a premium. They'll charge a premium. If you want to host a Kenyan artist in Lagos today, he'll charge you $500,000 and you'll pay it. Yeah? But that is not happening today. Our local musicians are very poor. I don't think there's anyone who's worth $1 million in our local industry today. But you go to Nigeria, the smallest artists like Akina Yemi Alade and Tiwa Savage are all worth about $5 million and above. Wizkid is worth $20 million, is at the same level with the superstars in the US. A producer called Don Jazzy in Nigeria is worth over $30 million. Those things are not happening in East Africa. Why? Because we are not thinking big. We are restricting our talent and whatever we're doing to Kenya only. We need to think beyond the confines of our borders. That is when you start commanding a premium. And you've also noticed that local corporates are willing to pay a premium for an international artist coming from, let's say, Europe or the US. When Rick Ross comes here, or which are the big names, or R. Kelly or Rihanna, a local corporate will pay a premium for that person coming to perform here in Kenya. The question is, would a brand like Coke or Ciroc pay a premium for Calligraph Jones, Sauti Sol, to go and perform at Coachella in the US? Are we seeing the disparities? So what are we not doing right? I hope I'm making sense. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
We can't hear you, Ellah.